of the Market Marauder Show. Beating the market one trade at a time. If you're new to the Market Marauder Show, it's an investment channel, helps you to find the best deals in the market. If that's something you're interested in, make sure that thumbs up. Definitely helps the YouTube algorithm promote the videos. Make sure you share it as well with all your friends out there in the investing world. All right, so pretty interesting day as far as investing is concerned. There were a lot of moves being made in the overall market. So I'm going to be going over some of those. Amazon had their earnings today. It was very interesting. And then also Robinhood had their IPO. So those are two things that I'll be going over today. So two of the highlight points for today. First, we're going to talk about Robinhood. They came under the ticker sign HOOD. So Robinhood, the trading app, finally IPO'd today under the ticker sign HOOD. Their name on here is going to be Robinhood Markets. Is now tradable. But their day of trading started off pretty volatile. They started all the way up at around 40, went all the way to $40.22. Then went down in the after hours. They're at $34.85. So I mean, it was pretty crazy how far this stock fell down after its IPO. So I know a lot of people are looking forward to Robinhood's IPO, but it kind of fell down afterwards. So you're probably gonna see a lot of YouTubers talking about Robinhood's IPO. So it'll be everywhere afterwards. You know, you'll have the different finance people, the Andre Jicks and everyone else going to be making videos about Robinhood and just stretching it out as much as possible for content, but really wasn't that dramatic. Going and just reading some of this Wall Street Journals stuff on here. Wall Street Journal said the trading app with hot stocks gets cold reception from investors in its own stock market debut. The investing app tumbled in its highly anticipated trading debut today, closing 8.4% below its initial price offering. So initial public offering price. So that's what IPO stands for. If you don't know, is initial public offering. Robinhood stock opened at $38, matching the IPO price, and fell more than 10%. The stock later climbed to approach the IPO price before falling again in the final hour of trading to close at $34.82. So a lot of bearish trading going on for Robinhood. It was disappointing. It was a disappointing debut for the company that brought the markets to the masses. Robinhood and its bankers tried to avoid a poor first day performance by pricing shares at the bottom of its target range at the value of about 32 billion. Successful first day was all the more important because Robinhood sold a big chunk of its shares to its own customers. So it's very interesting. I wonder if Robinhood's going to start giving out shares of their stock to customers who sign up. I could see that as a potential incentive. I don't know if that is illegal though, as far as insider trading is concerned, because they do give away shares of other companies. So just very interesting on how they're going to bounce back from there. But I think they could potentially bounce back. Getting to that $40 level, I don't know, but I do know usually when companies IPO, the stock usually falls unless it's like some reputable company. Robinhood is not perfect by any means. They do have kind of a checkered past with a lot of stuff going on, especially was exposed during the whole Wall Street bets and GameStop era fiasco that kind of went on, which kind of shed light to some of the things that Robinhood was doing. So I know they wanted to IPO for quite some time now, but overall, I think now's a better time than never. That situation already happened. They're done with that. I thought before they IPO'd, in my personal opinion, that they would have some more features added to, get people more excited about IPOing, but it didn't really seem like they, added more features to the app itself. I know for a long time they were talking about adding the possibility of, you taking your coins off of the app as far as crypto trading is concerned, which majority of crypto platforms will allow you to do. my statement on that is not your keys, not your coins. So if you have them on the app and you can buy and sell them, that doesn't mean that they're yours. But if you can take them and put them in a hardware wallet, then I mean that's kind of the telltale sign that those are yours. Those coins are yours, which Coinbase kind of does. I think Coinbase also kind of them IPOing kind of overshined Robinhood's whole marketplace or market strategy to try to get into crypto, and then also not offering more cryptocurrencies than they currently do. So there are a bunch of coins out there, which some people may say are like garbage coins, or I think they call them shit coins. But you know, overall, I think. They kind of missed out on the opportunity with that. With like the Shiba Inus, they did benefit off of Doge, making that one guy, the Dogecoin millionaire, kind of popular. That kind of marketed the app as well. But, you know, I don't know. I feel like they kind of missed the boat as far as marketing is concerned. But overall, still a good app. I will continue to use them. It's the one I've been using for the longest time. But Webull definitely has better charts, so that's what this video is going to be from. It's from Webull. So there are other, trading platforms out there. This one being one of them. But I'll try to keep Robinhood on my watch list for future videos because it's going to be interesting to see how they perform over time. So next we have TriggerSign HROW, which has been on the watch list for some time now. $9.69 was its weekly high. It's kind of been flirting with that, but going sideways for the rest of the week. $9.31 is where it ended today. But I'm still going to be looking for that $9.69 level for them to retest that. Next, we have TriggerSign ADES. $7.74 is their week high. That's my target price for them as well. And then $7.55 is where they ended the day. So going to be looking to see if they can retest 774 potentially by the end of the week. So if there are any stocks that you want me to review or go over, make sure you put them in the chat or put them in the comment and I'll add them to the watch list. Next, we have TriggerSign XBIO. This has been on the watch list all week. So congrats to everybody who was able to jump in on XBIO because it definitely had a nice little momentum run this morning and towards after hours as well. So I went over this one in the morning. So I do have an early morning live stream where I talk about the stocks in the morning. So this one definitely benefited from some trade in the day. So make sure you check out those streams as well. It went up to $5.36 to set a new week high. After hours went up 68 more cents to go to $5.98. So going to be putting ticker sign XBIO up as an early morning mover. And that's crazy because, starting out earlier, it was at $2.56. So definitely a nice significant move upward for ticker sign XBIO. These are kind of stocks. These stocks are kind of the reason I sort of make this channel because when I first started out trading, I really didn't know that there were stocks that were relatively cheap. So I mean, essentially, you could have bought this one for $2.56 and then cashed out today at $5.36. So those plays do exist. I mean, a little bit of money does add up over time. So you don't always have to be like, well, I'm gonna put $100 into this, and then I'm gonna try to flip that. Usually those don't work, but I mean, if you do find good plays, they can happen. I think the best thing to do is just to continuously be vigilant because the market changes all the time. Next, we have GE, which ended the day at $13.29. They've been oscillating all week as well. $13.48 is still my price target for them. They in the after hours went down 8 cents in at $13.21. So we'll see how they perform tomorrow when the market opens back up. $13.48 is still my price target for GE. Next, we have ticker sign GLW for Corning. They did bottom out at $39.25. 42.04 is my price target for them. They ended the day at 41.50, so not too far from 42.04. But going to see if they can rally back up in the morning. Next, we have ticker sign MCD for McDonald's. Now, McDonald's did fall down quite a bit from this $247.05 level, and then kind of fell down and sort of kind of bounced off the moving average 100, and then continued to rally back up. McDonald's did announce some news today that they will be partnering with the artist known as Sweetie. So she did date Quavo, who's one of the rappers from Migos, but they broke up a while ago. But they're going to be having a kind of a brand ambassador meal with Sweetie, the sort of way they did with James Balvin and Travis Scott. So they're kind of trying to duplicate the success of the Travis Scott meal with other artists, and the artist that they chose this time is Sweetie. So definitely going to be looking to see, some more news from McDonald's coming forward. I know the Travis Scott deal was uh, amazing for McDonald's. Share shot up after that. I don't think, no offense to her as an artist, but I don't think that she has the celebrity status yet to pull the caliber of people that Travis Scott does. Maybe if it was, like Kanye West or kind of a bigger artist in general, not saying they should use Kanye, but maybe it was a bigger artist in general, then, you know, maybe they could, potentially make a big deal like that. Definitely, going to be looking for McDonald's moving forward. I wouldn't be surprised if McDonald would like reach out to somebody like a little Nas X, even though all the stuff he does is kind of controversial for a lot of people. Still, you can't deny marketing wise. All the stuff that he does get millions and millions and millions of views, which is what McDonald's is ultimately trying to do as a business, is get more people geared towards buying their products. So I wouldn't be surprised if that collab happens in the future. If so, if that's announced, then I definitely see the stock price going up, in the future. If that happens, but this one, the one that they're doing with Sweetie, I don't. I think it's going to be released August 9th. I don't really know the details of the meal, but definitely was very interesting to see that they're going to be partnering with Sweetie for a meal. They currently ended the day at $243.10, so down 92 cents after hours. So doesn't seem like it was that good of a move, but the market doesn't have enough time to really factor that in. So we'll see how they perform in the morning. Next, we have TriggerSign MA for MasterCard. They are bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. They've kind of bounced off the moving average 100 on here. We can see they went down to this level of 382.78. Jump back up. Since then, we can see that they are bouncing off the moving average 50, ending the day at 387.50. So $387.50. My price target for them is still going to be this 395.28 level. So we got about one more day of trading, which is tomorrow, and we'll see how they perform if they can continue to go up from there. Next, we have tickers on MSFT, kind of following the same pattern as the other stocks, bouncing off the moving average 100, shooting up to a new level, and then going back down, bouncing off the moving average 50 line. So the moving average 50 on my chart is this yellow line, and the moving average 100 is the purple line. So they've kind of been trailing off of that. 290.15 is going to be my next price target for them. To see if they can retest that by the end of the week. They did end at 284.55 today, so that's going to be a level for them, down $1.95. Next up, we have Tesla. So Tesla's been on a little bit of a bullish upward trend today. Overall, nice price action from where they were currently at. So they started this nice little bullish trend, which was nice. $6.83 is their high. So that's kind of where they jumped at. So they did surpass the level that I had. So my price target for them was 668. So they did surpass my 668 price target that I had for the week. So definitely positive news on that one. So 683 was a nice little increase. So if you watch the one from this morning or you watch the one all week, 668 was my price target for Tesla, which they had made. They surpassed today. So I'm very happy about that. 668, ironically, is the close for the stock today. They did set a new high of 683.69. So definitely going to be looking at that to see if they will go back and retest that by week's close. Next, we have tickers on FB for Facebook. They are bearish. They started off the morning bearish and have continued on a downward trajectory. We can see that they're at 358.32 is where they ended the day. After hours went down $4 82 cents to go to 350, 350. So bearish movement for Facebook. There are a couple of news articles coming out for Facebook, but it doesn't really seem like it helped too much. Going to be looking to see how they perform to close out the week, if they'll continue this bearish downward trend, or if they'll turn around and retest this moving average 50 level. So that's going to be a level I'm looking at for Facebook to close out the week. It's going to be this 367.53 level, which is moving average 50. Next, we have TriggerSign ATOS for ATOS. Now, my price target for them for the week was $4.57, which we can see they have not hit. They've been struggling, trying to break the resistance of this moving average 100 line, so that's okay. They went up just a little bit, oscillated, and then kind of went back down, ending the day at $3.69. So still some bearish movement going on for ATOS, but we'll see how they perform for tomorrow. Next, we have TriggerSign VRB. They went up, tested the moving average 100 line, and then went back down to become bearish towards the end of the day, ending at $2.39. So $2.39 is where they ended. So we'll see how they perform tomorrow. Price target for the end of the week is going to be $2.51 to see if they'll go retest that moving average 100 line. Next up, we have TriggerSign KGC. KGC did shoot up this week, going up to $6.68. They did go up 1 cent after hours to end at 6.55. Overall, still bullish. Moving average 10 above 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10, so would like to see that change in the morning to convert back over. But if it doesn't, maybe some more bearish downward momentum going on with this one. So going to keep a close eye on TriggerSign KGC. Next up, we have TriggerSign Clov for Clover Health Investments. They are bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. VWAP is below moving average 10, so going to be looking to see if that can go back up anytime soon. But they are bullish from this $7.84 level. Going to be looking to see if they can retest $8.46. But overall, looking okay on this one. Want to see if they can bounce off this moving average 50 line as well. So for tomorrow's price target, going to be $8.30, so $8.30. Then going to be looking to see at $8.46 if they can get past the $8.30 level. Next up, we have TriggerSign UPS. For UPS, now they're on a bearish downward trend. $190.27 is kind of where they bottomed out at, but it looks like they're going right back towards that level at $190.70 where they ended the day. So a lot of bearish momentum going in for UPS. Hopefully they can turn back around to begin to be bullish again. Next, we have TriggerSign WM for Waste Management. Waste Management has fallen tremendously from where it started off at, went all the way up to 149.90. It fell down, bounced off the moving average 100 line, dropped all the way down to 145.36, then went back up and tested the moving average 50 around 146.80. Then it's kind of been oscillating back and forth since then. So target level going to be looking at is 146.70. It's currently at 146 even to end the market, to end the day today. But it is still bearish, so going to be looking to see if they can retest that 146.60 level, 146.70 level, excuse me, and then once they break through that, going to be looking at 149.90. Next, we have TriggerSign SHOP for Shopify. Shopify, ever since their earnings, has been bearish, kind of oscillating between this level. So kind of oscillating between this 1587 level and this 1497 level. So for stock to oscillate basically means it's going to go up and down between a range of values, with this 1587 being the high and 1497 being the low. So still going on a bearish downward trend. They're at 1497.50, so very close to this bottom level right here of 1497. If we zoom out even more, they can continue to go down from here, with 1393 being, kind of the lowest point for them. So we'll see how they perform when the market opens. They're down $27.50 in the after hours, but that's not too bad because the stock does move pretty fast overall. Next, we have TriggerSign AAPL for Apple. My price target was 190. 149.83 for Apple, so 149.83. They've just been stagnant for most of the week. Gonna see if they can retest this 146.81 level, but overall still bearish on Apple. 144.38 is where they ended the day. Next, we have AMC. My price target for AMC was $40.85. We can see that they've been oscillating as well. They are bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100, but it looks like they're trying to bounce off the moving average 50 and 100 line. So they will have to go back and retest that 40.87 level. If they continue to go down, a bottom for them to look at is going to be this 34.69 level. So watch out for 34.69 if they continue this bearish downward trend. Next, let's talk about Amazon. So Amazon had their earnings today. Was a very weird earnings overall. Andy Jassy didn't speak. So being the new CEO of the company was really weird that he was not there. That they let the CFO kind of take it over. Jeff Bezos really wasn't there either. So was kind of weird having direction being led in the earnings from not people who are not the CEO. So usually when you have earnings, you have the CEO kind of over everything, answering questions, doing all other stuff. But it was kind of like they were in the background. So very interesting start off to Amazon. A lot of quiet talk going on. Maybe that means there are big moves on the horizon, but overall, it's just very weird earnings for me in general. They did have okay earnings, so let's go over that quickly. Let's close out of that. So going on here, we can see Amazon post third 100 billion quarter in a row, but still misses expectations. So this is from CNBC. So Amazon fell short of analysis estimates of revenue and second quarter results. It gave weaker than expected outlook for the third quarter revenue, which Amazon CFO Brian Olsavsky blamed a tough year-over-year comparison to its business during the lockdown. So going into some of the technical stuff on here, it says shares fell 7% of extended trading, so that's true. Earnings were 15.12 versus 12.3 per share, according to analysis surveyed, and then revenue was 113.08 billion versus 115.2 billion, according to analysis surveyed. So Amazon's revenue grew by 27% year over year, 213 billion, which is a significant slowdown from its second quarter of 2020 when sales skyrocketed 41%. So it says on the call, the CFO blamed the tough year comparison to its business during the lockdown. In May of last year, Amazon saw growth rates jump between 35 to 45%. It says we're starting to lap that, and that's why you see some of the growth rate coming down. And then adding that Amazon expects to see slower growth continue for the next few quarters. And then that's okay, but the way the market is, you want to see continuous growth overall. So for the CFO, who's the chief financial officer, to say, it's okay. We saw some laps. We're going to continue to ramp down. You know, profits, things like that is kind of like a warning sign. So I think the way that that was worded is kind of why investors were like, "Oh, sell, it's going down." They don't expect to have good quarters. Their numbers are looking crazy. So it may be an oversell. We'll see in the morning if that's the case. But maybe some real justification. So one thing that I was looking for that I talked about all week was a potential stock split. In my opinion, just personally, I'm not on the board or anything. I think now would have been the perfect time to announce a stock split. So if you know your numbers for the next quarters, next couple of quarters are going to be crazy. Okay, last year everybody was at home during the lockdown. Numbers were fantastic. Vaccine rates are up. People are going out. Less people are staying at home shopping. Things like that. And you project as the CFO that the next, 2 or 3 quarters are going to be a cool down, was what he said, a cool down, or a growth rate coming down. Don't want to misquote him. Starting to see a growth rate coming down, I would announce a stock split. So the stock's already super high at the moment. A stock split, in my personal opinion, would have been, something that investors could have looked forward to. A lot of new investors would have jumped in because the stock would have been affordable. A nice 5-to-1 split wouldn't have been too bad. So 5-to-1 split, people would have been able to jump in. You as a company are able to raise capital, which would have helped offset the balance from last year where people were at home. You gain more capital, re-strategize, and then fill in for those few sections or few moments where you missed are going to come down from earnings. So I think now would have been a great time to um, announce a stock split, just in my personal opinion. But we'll see what happens in the future. So who knows? So it says our customers are safe and healthy and ordering from us, and we know that there'll be more vacations and more mobility. So it says their good thing is that probably people shed away from last year. That's good. And it says, but it tends to lead to them doing things besides shop. So we're adjusting our run rates, and then in the period, we see that happening. So, definitely, I think that was the best thing that could have happened is if they do a stock split. And then during that stock split, a lot of people jump in, they gain a bunch of capital. It worked for Apple. It also worked for Tesla during Tesla's crazy, 4 or 5 month run when it was always up and always on a bullish run. Definitely helped for Tesla overall. They were able to gain a crazy amount of capital. I think it could work for Amazon. They could gain a crazy amount of capital, and it will definitely offset the cost from them being down from their year-over-year numbers because of the pandemic. So going to the next one, we have TriggerSign SPRT. This is for Spotify. They are bearish. Moving average 10 is below 50 and 100. We can see right here they did bottom out at 213.16. But they're up from there. Overall, still bearish. 237.86 going to be a level that I'm looking at for Spotify. They did end the day at 224.60, so they are still going down or went down in the after hours 67%. So 237.83 is going to be my target for the end of the week. Next, we have TriggerSign BTBT. So BTBT kind of oscillating again, like I said before. So the oscillation level is going to be between the $7.75 level to this $9.46 level. So it seems like that's kind of a level they've bounced back and forth from. They haven't really gone past 757 and haven't really gone up past $9.46. So definitely gonna keep a close eye on this one. They did have a nice little rally after hours, up 25 cents to be at $8.21. So overall, gonna be looking to see how they perform. So that's BTBT. And then the next one, TriggerSign RIOT, starting a bearish downward trend, but overall, still looking healthy on this one. $34.72 is their week high. That's going to be my next price target for them. They did end the day up 49 cents and at $32.39, so that was nice. Overall, going to be seeing if they can end the week strong and retest that 34.72 level. Next, we have TriggerSign MRNA. If I can click on it, TriggerSign MRNA still bullish overall. 361.76 still my price target for MRNA. We can see 345.21 is where they ended the day at, down 43 cents in the after hours. So still oscillating, not really, bearish, still bullish, but oscillating, going sideways. Hopefully they can turn that around and go to 361.76 to end the week strong. Next up, with TriggerSign XELA, $2.23 is where they bottomed out at. They shot all the way up here to $3.08. So that was the high for them. Next, they are down 4 cents in the after hours at 256. So they will have to test this 265 level. So 265 is going to be my price target for them to end the week strong. If they can surpass that 265, then it's going to be right here at $3.09. Next up, we have TriggerSign SGOC. So somebody asked me about SGOC. So definitely going to be looking at them. Now, they did perform the way that I thought they would. So if you're able to jump in on SGLC, hopefully the information that I gave you was helpful. So they did shoot up, they shot up, they went right back down to the moving average 50. And then they bounced back up after that and shot back up to 1194. So um, I kind of gave that synopsis in the video when it was asked. So it did shoot up to $11 level. I said wait just a little while because you're going to fall back down. People are going to sell it like crazy, which they did. Bounce back up, rallied all the way up past where its previous high was, went all the way to 1194. So hopefully. When you were able to get it. I think the person asked me that when it hit this $11 level. So if you were able to buy that morning when it was low, maybe you were able to lock in a nice profit when it shot back up to 11.94. So if you were, congrats. I hope you're able to lock in some profits on that one. If anybody else has any stock they want me to look at, make sure to put it in the chat. Hopefully that advice helped you with that one. But overall, still oscillating between the moving average 50 and 100. I would say they're still not bullish, they're bearish. They did go up in the after hours to go to 8.98, so up 22 cents in the after hours, but they will have to go retest this $9.81 level to end the week and then retest 11.94. Next, we have TriggerSign SPRT, which had a lot of volume this week. Was overall bullish this week in general, but $9.27 is going to be my price target for them. $7.39 is where they ended the day today, so ending on a bearish downward trend, down 44 cents, but not too bad. Doesn't really matter on there because they're not going to see if they perform. Let's see if they can jump back up from that level and retest $9.27. Ooh, can get that on out. Next, we have TriggerSign VXRT. VXRT is bearish, $7.83 is where they ended today. $9.30 was my price target for them, but since then, they have kind of gone back down. They did shoot up this week though, so this week they kind of were around this $8 level, shot up to $9.30. So if you're able to jump in VXRT early, you're able to ride that one up to $9.30. But it is bearish. Maybe a lot of people oversold getting to close today. Maybe it'll rally back up tomorrow. Nice little 3-cent increase after hours, but we'll see how that performs in the pre-market tomorrow. And next on here we have TLRY, ticker sign TLRY. They are bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100. Been oscillating on this one for majority of the week, so been going kind of crazy on TLRY. 1667 is kind of their high, but been oscillating for the whole week, in my personal opinion. VWAP has been stagnant on this one, so I kind of suspected that it would be oscillating at this range. So going to be seeing how they perform. They're down 27 cents in the after hours to end at 15.15. So going to be looking at TLRY for the end of the week to see if they can retest this 1667 level. And lastly on here, we have ticker sign NIO for NEO. Now NEO tried to make a little bullish run this week. They were at 38.66. They did go back up past the moving average 10. Past the moving average 50, which is this yellow line. So that was a nice little run, but looks like they tried to test this 43.51 level, moving average 100, and got smacked right back down. So we'll see if they can retest that for tomorrow. They are down 41.84 to 41.84, down 78 cents in after hours, but they will have to retest this 43.43 level tomorrow. Next level, if they can retest that one, is going to be right around here, which is this 46.09 level. So make sure you look at those moving forward. So good luck to everybody out there trading. Hope everybody has a great rest of the week. I'm going to be finishing out strong on there. What I think about FLGC, let me go look it up real quick before I end. So Flora Growth, is this a cannabis company? You can just put yes or no in the chat. Now, I'm not looking at any background information on this one. Don't know if it's a cannabis company or not. Sounds like a cannabis company play. But gonna be looking at this one. They are okay. Cool. Yeah, cannabis company. I think the cannabis market in general is doing pretty positive. I think the Biden administration is pretty gung-ho about trying to decriminalize more states for cannabis. So I think if that stuff goes through, we could see definitely some positive legislation coming out for that one. I know where I'm at, the laws are kind of relaxed a little bit, but I don't think any state, well, I'm not in a state that has it fully legalized and decriminalized. So definitely don't have any like crazy smoke shops or anything where I'm at, but I definitely see that moving forward on the Democratic agenda. All the political stuff aside, just looking at the stock, it is bullish. Moving average 10 is above 50 and 100, so that's good. VWAP is above moving average 10, so that's good on that one as well. Looks like it has fallen down from this $10.23 level. Don't really know any news on this going forward, so I would just do some research or some due diligence as to why it went up on this spike to 10.23 and why it continued to go down from here. It's up 15 cents in the after hour, so it may be a early morning mover. I'll keep it on the list for the early morning live stream, and we'll see how it performs in the early pre-market. One level I would look for personally for this one. Now, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to invest in this one, but what I would look at for this one would be $7.66. That seems to be the VWAP 10 on this one, and that's going to definitely show you if there's some strength coming in the market. So if in the early morning it shoots up and it starts to get really close to that 766 level, then you can say, okay, it may end the week really bullish. So the next target price would be this 1023 because it's a resistance because it was that high level that it hit. So for me, I would look at 766. Depending on your trading strategy, what you're trying to do with this, I think 766 is a realistic level. And then I would look at 1023. If in the pre-market it starts to go down, which means a lot of people are starting to sell off, then I would look at 566 as a potential bounce level. Because usually stocks, when they start to go down, they'll either bounce off the moving average 50 or the moving average 100. So if it starts to have, very volatile bearish downward trend, I would look at 566 as the next price target level. But if it starts to go up, 766 is going to be a resistance level to look for a bullish upward trend. Then 1023. So hopefully that information helped you. Hopefully it gave you some sort of indication onto how to kind of play this one. But that's how I would play it. But for me, I'd also do some due diligence on some press releases because there's got to be a reason why it shot all the way up to 1023. Maybe a new product or something came out. Usually stocks don't just randomly go up without some news or some marketing or something that happened company wide, or I would do some research on that as well, because maybe it can go back up again to end the week pretty strong. So, nice suggestion. I don't know if this is an American company or not. I know some of the cannabis ones, like Sundial Growers, are like Canadian companies, but yeah, definitely that's what I would do for that one. 766 for a bullish, and then for bearish 566, and then 1023 for a very positive outcome on that one. So make sure that thumbs up, share the video, like the video, and I'll see you guys next time.